I am the Lion Sin of Pride, the mighty Escanor, and welcome to the pinnacle of gacha gaming on YouTube, the One.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the pinnacle of gacha gaming on YouTube. I am your prideful host, the One, and in this video we're going to be talking about some changes I like to see in HONKAISTARRAIL. But before we get into that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and check out the Discord link in the description. Okay, so with that out the way, let's begin. So obviously with the game, we got one event so far in 1.0, and it was very lackluster, if I say so. It was literally just fighting mobs, and you not to mention you were time gated as well. It just felt very boring and didn't feel very creative whatsoever, and it didn't feel engaging as well. Like, I did the entire event without even looking at the screen. Like, I had some other game like playing, and I just had that shit running in the background, and it was not to mention it was time gated. I don't see why there's a reason to be time gated, because people are looking to play these events as something to, you know, do while there's nothing else to do in the game. Because once you've beaten story and you've used up all your stamina for farming gear, what you want to do is, you know, play some events, something to do, a way to get more resources and stuff. So I feel like having better and more engaging events, like maybe a side story or something, or maybe a character's backstory or something like that, and even and more resources as well within it, because obviously 600 stellar jades isn't a lot. It isn't a lot, really. So I feel like having like an event would be better. And that gets into my second point, which is more stamina and resources. Because obviously, I'm sure everyone knows by now there's a stamina issue where it takes a lot to level up these characters. A lot of traces, a lot of relics, a lot of leveling up materials, a lot of leveling up the memories. The lycones. Sorry, like, it takes up a lot of resources. And a buddy of mine, Clint, he even said it himself that he went summoned for Jing1. And he didn't realize the amount of resources it takes to actually build up these units to a usable state, especially if you're like late game and you've already have a high trailblaze level. It's going to take a lot, man, to bring up a unit so you can actually put him on your main team. It's going to take a lot of resources, so that's why we need more stamina to subsidize that. And obviously I've seen videos and clips of what they're going to be implementing in the 1.1 update, obviously with the 2x drop rates, but that's a good start. But I do think having more stamina accessible, or maybe some stamina events where they just, you know, drop like some stamina in our mailboxes or whatever, would definitely help. Or maybe they increase the stamina cap depending on your trailblaze level, because that's something that doesn't go up. Like, you have the same once you unlock the ability to use stamina and all that stuff, it doesn't go up. So maybe they just increase the amount of stamina we have, and they increase the refresh rate on how fast the stamina comes back to us. Those are just some ways that you could, you know, improve the stamina aspect of the game, because it makes no sense why you'd want people to play your game less. If people love your game, they're willing to spend time on your game, why would you limit the amount of time that they can spend on the game? It makes no sense to me. So yeah. And then finally, the second last thing is competitive modes. Obviously, I know there's no PvP on this game, and I'm fine with that. PvP would break the game, because obviously they'd have to balance a lot of characters and nerf a lot of characters and buff a lot of characters. So I understand why there's no PvP, but I do think having some competitive aspects, whether it's like a world boss, me and Gerky were talking about it, whether it's a world boss that they add into the game, and depending on how much damage you do, you get a ranking. Like, even seeing yourself on a leaderboard, so you can compare yourself to other players, I feel like that would be fun. Like, so you can actually have a sense of community in the game, because it just obviously it's just because you're just for the majority of the game you're just playing by yourself. So having some of these competitive modes will be a massive breath of fresh air, if I don't say so myself. Which at this point is kind of similar to my last point, which is like guilds. Because we have a friend system and you can use your friend units. Like, why not have a guild system? You don't need to have like guild wars or anything crazy like that. But like I like guild dungeons where like if you're in a guild and your guild's a high enough level, you can like have access to like guild dungeons where you can like get relics, and you know, special kind of relics or something, or yeah, just ways to get relics and resources and stuff. And you know, depending, and maybe even have like guild bosses or something where depending on how much damage you do, is like maybe a guild ranking system or something where depending on how much damage you do, there's a ranking and you get strategy based on your ranking, like something like that. It's just some ideas I have. Like something like that will be you know, like be engaging, and it will bring a sense of community in the game, because obviously it's a single player game, but you know, sometimes you want to at least have a feeling and just be aware that there's other players also playing this game as well, you know. So having a sense of community, you know, is something that having guilds in the game will have. So yeah, those are just some thoughts that I just wanted to, you know, vent and just talk about some stuff that I noticed with the game. So yeah, tell me what you think changes that you think they need to implement into Honkai Star Rail. Let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, and don't forget to stay shining.
This is Escanor, the Lion Sin of Pride from 7 Deadly Sins. Thank you for watching the pinnacle of gacha gaming on YouTube, The One.